Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Most Honorable Well, and shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And today's lesson, man, I wanted to go into Revelation, the 19th chapter and the 11th verse, and also Revelation 6, the 6th chapter and the 2nd verse. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to break them down. This is excuse me, I'm a bit under the weather. So excuse me. This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. And this isn't talking about Pegasus or no Mohammed, man, okay? This is talking about Yahweh Shai, our Lord, the Messiah, okay, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, but his true name is Yahweh Shai. He's coming on a huge, gigantic ship, okay, a so-called UFO, if you will, which are identified as the chariots of the Lord in the scriptures, okay? The vehicles in which the angelic forces, travel with, man. Now I'm going to read it again. This is verse 11. It says, And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. Now, white, represents purity, right? And horse represents power, which is why, even to this day with cars, one of the ways that they measure the power of the car is brake horsepower. Okay? When you look at a horse is a very powerful animal. It says, And behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. So there's one that is sitting upon the horse, okay, i.e., that's talking about Yahweh Shai being in the chariot, okay, in that huge chariot. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. So that's what Yahweh Shai is coming to do. He's coming to bring judgment and war, okay, to Esau's kingdom. And we're going to go into that. Let's break that down. So first of all, let's go from there to Isaiah 11 and verse 1. It says, And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Jesse was, let me double check this. I haven't gone over that in a while. In fact, let me just go on the blue letter, if I can. Have I got the blue letter at the moment? No. I'll get that in a bit. So, let me type in Jesse. That's pretty much talking about the lineage of Yahweh Shai. Right, and Jesse begat David. All right, yeah, so that was David's father. Okay, because Yahweh Shai came out of that lineage, man. All right. And a branch shall grow out of his roots, meaning when you go into Matthew, the first chapter, you can see the father's line of our Lord, Yahweh Shai. Okay, going all the way back to Adam. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. Yahweh Shai had all of those, man, and he was always waxing strong in the Spirit. And shall make him of a quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither approve after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau. All right. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. So this is that righteous. Okay, in righteousness he doth judge and make war. That's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Now it says, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. What's that talking about? Let's get a precept on that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13. And the whole chapter, the majority of the chapter goes into Yahushua returning on that huge chariot, which Ezra's described as a mountain. All right, but I'm going to get straight to the point in this lesson. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. All right? Because ultimately the Lord's going to bring what? All right, let me read verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. That's them lasers coming out the chariots, man. All right, out of the so-called UFOs. That's what the Lord's coming to bring. He's coming to bring lasers which are nothing but concentrated fire. All right, that's how the Lord is bringing fire. Let's get a quick precept on that. All right. And the Lord's also going to be in the missiles, making sure those missiles hit too. This is Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. And the word plead there in the Hebrew is shapat, meaning judge. So the judgment of the Lord is pretty much going to leave a lot of people dead, man. The slain of the Lord shall be many. So when there's a time of war, there's a lot of casualties, a lot of dead bodies. Well, the Lord's bringing the ultimate war. Okay, he's bringing the war to the planet. Because right now, the earth is being given into the hand of the wicked. So is he not coming to, did we not read it in Isaiah? Is not the Lord coming to what? Is he not coming to slay the wicked? All right, let's go back to Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. Let's deal with that now. Who's faithful and true? Who's true? This is John chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So, Yahushua is the truth, man. Faithful and true. All right, let me get another precept. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 14. It says, and unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, These things saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of Yahweh. All right? Why? Because Yahushua was the first spirit created, man. All right? So, we should have a good understanding now of who and what Revelation 19:11 is talking about. Okay? That's how the Lord's bringing that war. Now from there, I'm just going to jump to Revelation 6, verse 2. And it says, And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat under him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Okay, you know what? It reminds me. All right. It escapes me right now. This is Revelation chapter. I think I'm looking for something else. This is Revelation 6 and 2. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. That's talking about Yahushua. All right. The white horse is talking about, it's the same thing. Now from there, let's go to Psalms 45. Now the points in 4 and 5, I'm going to read it from the top. This is Psalms 45 verse 1. It says, To the chief musician upon Shoshanim, for the sons of Korah, Mashil, a song of loves. My heart is inditing a good matter. I speak of the things which I have made touching the king. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. Thou art fairer than the children of men. Talking about who? Yahweh Shai. Grace is poured into thy lips. Therefore Yahweh have blessed thee forever. And through Yahweh Shai, the elect, okay, receive mercy and grace. It says, gird thy sword upon thy thigh, O most mighty, with thy glory and thy majesty. Let's get a quick precept on that, okay? Because the Lord's coming in a mighty way. This is Isaiah 63 verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Okay, so that's who the Lord's coming to destroy. Esau, Edom. With dyed garments from Bozrah. This that is glorious in his apparel. Traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Okay, and that's talking about Yahweh Shai again. So this all ties in, man. All right. Him traveling in the greatness of his strength. Why? Because this is how the Lord's coming back. This is Revelation 1 verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Why? Because the Lord's coming with the angels. Those clouds are talking about the chariots. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so on one. So they're going to be in tears and crying, screaming, because our Lord's returning, man. All right, it's going to be a terrible time. Scripture saying Amos, a day of. Let me get that actually. Amos chapter 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Okay, so it's gonna be a real dark, heavy time, man. It's gonna be, it's gonna be really gruesome. All right, that's why you got these wacky-tacky Christians. They talk about which they don't really believe in the return of the Lord. Okay, yeah, they talk about the return of the Lord as if, because they're thinking of that Cesare. They're thinking of a guy coming down and handing out daffodils and kissing babies. No, that's not what the Lord's coming to do. As we've been reading, the Lord's coming to bring destruction and war. He's angry. All right? We just read in Revelation 1 how he's got a personal vendetta against those that pierced him when he came as a man 2,000 years ago in the Roman Empire. All right? So rightly so, man. The Lord is angry. The scriptures say the Lord is angry with the wicked every day, man. This is verse 4. And in thy majesty ride prosperously because of truth and meekness and righteousness. And thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Remember I said that he had a bow in Revelation 6. Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby the people fall under thee. And ultimately, man, the destruction that Yahweh Shai is bringing, okay, you're gonna have is by way of fire. You're gonna have the fire from the lasers from the chariots, and you're gonna have the fire from the thermonuclear devices, the nukes that are gonna be shot. And that's what the Lord's coming to do. The Lord's coming to bring to a great destruction, man. All right. And before that destruction, there's gonna be a time like never before. And I'm gonna close out on that. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, which Michael means he is as the power. Okay. And what's the, he is as God in a sense. And what is the Lord? The Lord is a man of war. Okay. Michael's one of the chief, he's one of the archangels, man. He's one of the chief angels. And the Lord's bringing him to what? To bring war. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So the elect are going to be delivered from this time of trouble, man, such as never was since there was a nation. Okay, so hey, we got the destruction of this place to look forward to, man. So, Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. With that, man, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom to the elect.